Hello, everyone. Hi. It is me again. It is Thanksgiving Thursday. Of course, it is Thanksgiving Thursday, and we are here again on another live episode of the Question Live Show with yours truly, of course, more Verona Willis-Brown, your host. Yes, so we are here again. It is December and we are rolling out of 2022. Oh my goodness. Can you believe this? We are literally leaving 2022. For a moment. That doesn't seem real because it seems like 2022 just got here. But 2022 packed the bag and it's like, I'm out. So I so hope that you have accomplished something in this 2022. That you will close the door in 2022 on high notes, or you will close 2022 accomplishing something, because that was the whole point of 2022, for you to accomplish something. So yes, if you didn't, you still have right now to make a decision of what is it that you need to do right now in this moment, because tomorrow is not guaranteed, honey. No, you got right now to make a decision of what you need to do and what you need to accomplish. So with that said, welcome to tonight's episode, because tonight's episode is going to be about obedience. Yes. So anyway, now, this is what we do on Thursday. On Thursday, if this is your first time tuning in, now, if this is your first time, You've never been here before. You got invited to come here today. Welcome, welcome. And if you're a first timers, look down at the bottom right there. You see that words that say comment. Type in there that you are a first timer, because first timer get extra welcoming energy. Now, if you are not here for the first time, simply mean you are coming back. You are a returning audience. And if you're a returning audience, I say welcome back home. Welcome back home. And with that says, I do see one of our returning audience, Maria. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good. Now that we got welcome out of the way, and I see Cheryl. Welcome, Sharon. See, these are returning audience. Now, returning audience, you got welcome. But first timers, they get special welcome. And if you've been here, so you know that they get special welcome. Now, with that said, now, we do have rules here. 1, 2, 3.5, or maybe 4 rules. Simple rules, house rules, however you want to call them, they're rules. Anyway, rule number 1, if you are watching this on YouTube, you should see a button right there. Yep, right in that corner. It's in a red rectangle. It says live. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you should see in the upper corner, right in a little rectangle, it says live. Now, if you are seeing live, simply means you are in the live audience. And if you are in the live audience, what is it that we do when we're in the live audience? We look for the share button right there, somewhere right there, and we click it and we share it across the way, down the road, around the way, up the road, on the highway, wherever. Share it on your social media and invite someone else to come on into the live audience. While they come on in the live audience, we enjoy things together. You see, when you're having a live session, it's like getting fresh food, fresh food coming out of the pot in the stove. And, fresh food is good. Now, if you're not getting fresh food, you're going to have leftovers. Yes, sometimes some leftovers taste good, but there's nothing like fresh food. So we're going to get fresh food. Yes, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Grab yourself something to drink. Yes, absolutely. Of course, every week I come with my fancy glass. You don't have to have fancy glass like mine. Get yourself something to drink. I don't know what is it that you drink, whether it is water, wine, tea, juice, soda, or even a popsicle. Whatever is it that you drink, it is up to you. Make sure that you are drinking something. Usually I have my glass of coconut water. It is a holiday season. I am not having coconut water because I tell you what about water. You see, I believe in miracle. And Jesus performed miracle. And I always look at my glass of water and I said, I believe in miracles. So I was waiting for my glass of water to turn into some wine, because Jesus did it. Jesus turned water into wine. So I waited for weeks for my glass of water to turn into some wine. But no. It didn't. But guess what happened? I have something else to drink. Yep, this is what I'm drinking. Can you see what I'm drinking? It's called kombucha. Yep, that's what I'm drinking here. So I will take that. I will pour that right into my glass. We are going to be drinking that together. Now, why would I tell you to get something to drink? Yes, drinking is good for you. Hydration. It is very good for you. And besides, while I talk over here, you drink on my behalf. Yes, isn't that nice? It's called sharing is caring. Caring is sharing. That's what we do. So while I do that, and every now and then I will get a little sip of my drink. So whatever is it that you drink, please go ahead and drink it. Grab it right now and drink it. But if you want a fancy glass like mine, please let me know after the show is finished. I'll make sure I get one for you. So that's that. I'm just whispering that. Yes, so that's number 2. Number 3, grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen, a pencil, a marker, a crayon. Oh, listen, maybe a feather and maybe some paint. Dip that feather in some paint and write with it. Right, yes. Why would I say that? I'll tell you why. Because here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. And it's better that you write things down. Because when you write things down, it becomes more real to you. Absolutely. It is more real. And there's something about writing things down, especially if it's in your head. If it's in your head, those are thoughts. And when you write them down, they become action. So I encourage you to write things down, make it be known, see it. Seeing, some people say seeing is believing. I don't want to sound cliche because sometimes I see things that I don't really see and I believe it. So write things down. It's very important. Now, if you don't have any of these writing things, because what you do when you have those writing things, you do need a notebook. You do need a piece of paper, sticky pad, whatever it is that you're going to write on. Write in your hand middle. Now, if you don't have that, what is it that you're going to grab? Your devices. Yes, your phone, your tablet, your iPod, all those fancy stuff that you have out there. Grab them and use them. Why would I say to use them? Because inside of those phones, there's notepad section in there. And when there's no notepad section, you text every day. You text yourself something. Yes, you text yourself something. So there's always somewhere to write. Just don't write on the wall, okay? Just don't write on the wall. Don't write on your table either. Just write. So now with that, so that's like 3, 4, whatever that is. Now, the next one is, if you need to use the bathroom, go now. Right now. Yep. Go now. I don't think there's any line at the bathroom at this time. Go now. Use the bathroom. Come back. And when you come back, your seat will be reserved and ready for you. Your seat will be reserved because nobody can take your seat. And that is the same thing as having your seat in life. Life gives you seats. Seat, and it's up to you of all you want to sit in there. Sit in your seat, and nobody can move you out of your seat, honey. No. Nobody can move you out of your seat except for you. And if you want to give up your seat, then by all means, me. I'm not giving up my seat for nothing. No, I'm not giving up my seat. So your seat is guaranteed. So if you need to use the bathroom, that way. Go now and come back. And for those of you who don't want to use the bathroom, just type right there in the comment section where it says comments. Type that you're ready. So if you are ready, then we are ready. And then we can move into tonight's episode of the Question Live Show. So for those of you who are not going to the bathroom, whether your bathroom is that way or that way, if you're not going to the bathroom, type in that you are ready. Because me, I am ready. So because I am ready, I am going to be sipping. Just to start, I'm going to be sipping. Yes, I see Sharon Hunter. Welcome to tonight's episode. Before we go into tonight, let me know while I wait for you to make sure that you are ready. Let me know that you are ready so we can roll right into tonight's topic. Oh, guess what? Tonight is our 99th episode. Can you believe that? I am so grateful for each and every one of you that show up every single time, whether you were in the first episode or now the 99th episode. Okay, whatever episode you came in, it doesn't matter. The fact is, I am so grateful for you. I am so wonderfully, humbly grateful that you showed up at the time that you showed, because it's because you showed up, I showed up, we showed up together while we are now at 99 episodes. And we are going to the 100th episode next week. Oh, should I leave that for the... No. And while we are going to the 100th episode next week, for those of you who have been listening, you know that there's supposed to be an event next week. Because next week we are going to... Listen, next week we are going to celebrate. Yes. Next week we are going to celebrate our 100th episode. And not only that, it will be 2 years anniversary. So we will be having double episode of the Christian Live Show. So with that said, yes. I get so excited because I get excited when I see you and you showed up, and it's just a great thing. Yes. So before we go into tonight's episode, you know, every day there's always some form of news. Yeah, breaking news popping up, but it's always a breaking news. And you know, yesterday, a breaking news came on my phone. And the breaking news came on my phone, ding, and it gave a little news about somebody's death. Now, there's no surprise in death. I mean, there's surprising death, there's shocking death. You're never prepared for death. Death is something that you just can't be prepared for. So now I saw this breaking news and I read it, and I read the headline. I didn't get into the details of it, and I read the headline, and it was talking about somebody that died. His name is Twitch. Now, if you don't know who Twitch is, and if you know who Ellen DeGeneres is, she had a show, and he was the dancer, the DJ, the comedian. He was just the guy that was on that show. Now, when that news came in, it says that he passed away at age 40. I look at the news, the headline, and I had to read it again. I read it again. And when I read it again, I went into the detail of what the news was saying, that he passed away. I think I read that like 4 times. I don't know if it was just like so shocking to me, or I don't know. But I read that one news like 4 times. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I've been watching Ellen DeGeneres from the first day she came on television. I've been watching her. Yes, I have. I've been following Ellen for a long time. Yes, Ellen, I've been watching you. Since before Ellen got her show, I was watching her on another show. Yes, so before she had a talk show, I was watching her on another show. I don't know what the name of the show was. But I was watching her on that show. So when she came over on her talk show and this guy was on her talk show, as a matter of fact, I think he was like executive producer or something. So I was watching him on her show. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, I am bringing this up because I read the news again, and, you know, they talk about the detail of his death, that he committed suicide. Now, I never understand the depth of people's mental state of mind. But when you commit suicide, it's a dark place that you are in. You went to a far place and you just cannot pull yourself back out of it. And you just get succumb with whatever is going on around you. My prayers go out to his wife and 3 children. He left his wife and 3 children to carry on without him, go through the season without him. He danced with them. He laughed with them. He videoed with them, and he did a lot with them. I think the last video was them dancing together and all of this. Now, we don't know what pushed him to such point of him committing suicide. But again, my prayers go out to the family. I was saddened by it. shocked and saddened at the same time. Because when a person takes their own life, it's really sad. It saddened me to a point to say, oh, I could have taken my own life too. We all go through things. We all been to that dark place, and we have to fight to come back up. I want to encourage all of you that's listening here to let you know that no matter how dark the day gets, always know that you are not alone. Find someone that you can talk with. Find someone that you can share with. Never let your circumstances, your dark circumstances, overpower you to a point of suicide. Don't let your whole situation convince you that you are alone. For one, you have a voice. Speak up. Use your voice. Exercise the right to speak. Exercise the right to exhale. Exercise the right to set boundaries. See, so many times we go to a place of depression. And when we go to a place of depression, is where we are overwhelmed with so many things. We're overwhelmed with life. But no matter how many times we go to this, and no matter how much life tries to overwhelm us, please check in yourself daily. Check your mental state of mind daily. Contribute to yourself daily. Find a solution. There's always a solution to things. Always. I personally don't believe suicide is a solution to anything. Find a solution. If you're feeling sad, please do not watch sad things. Do not listen to sad music. Do not go on social media to find sad stories. If you're feeling sad, find something happy. Watch a comedy. Write your thoughts down. Listen to music that lets you dance. Dance to your own rhythm. And when no one is judging you, just dance. And if you have to cry, just cry. Cry it out. Write it down. Dance it out. Call someone. Please call someone. When you are overwhelmed, call someone. Check in with your mental status. And when you are so fine, you're feeling okay, check in with your good friends. Check in with those friends and family who are always smiling. Check in with those friends and family who are always talking. Check in with those good friends who are always saying that they are good. Check in with them. It is so important that we have an accountability partner. Whether that be your husband, your partner, your wife, whoever, a friend. Don't just call someone to gossip. Don't just call someone because you want to tell them just a quick story. Check in with someone. Check in. Your mental state of mind is at stake. You are the one that controls your thought process. I can't be on this side to say, I think you are okay. You have to know if you're okay. And you have to know when you're not okay. Check in with yourself. It's very important that you check in with yourself. If you're always going, always happy, always at a certain level, and then you fall down. If you fall down, please don't stay down. The more you hold your head up, is it saying that you have hope? And if you have hope, there's help. There's help available. Please do not let your circumstances bully you to a point of suicide. Depression is real. Stress is real. Oppression is real. All of them, they're real. And so is your mental state of mind. What is it that you are setting your mind on every day? It will determine how you're defining your entire day as well as your entire life. We get happy, we get sad, and it is okay. Those are called emotions. And when our emotions are going, we have to know how to maneuver our emotions. We have to know how to entertain them. We have to know how to tame them as well. Your voice matters. You matters. All of you matter. When you think that you don't matter, when you think that your story don't matter, know that your story matters. Know that somebody is waiting to hear your story. Know that your story can be somebody else's solution to what they're going through. You are important. So it's very important that we check in every day. If you want to sleep, don't stay on social media to be entertained. Go to sleep. Do whatever that you do. One thing for sure, that when you have family, make sure that you are okay first. If you are not okay, then the family is not okay. If you are the backbone to your family and your back is weak, then the family is going to be weak. It's like a link. And if one part of the link is broken, then the entire link is weak. I encourage you to put God first in everything. Listen closely to that inner voice. There's an inner voice, not the voices in your head, because we tend to get voices in our head. And when we can't manage the voices, there's so many voices going in our head. But there's one voice, and that voice speaks from your heart. There are not much voices in your heart, only one. But inside of your head, there are many voices. And we tend to listen to all those voices over and over and over again. And then they succumb us. And that will take us to tonight's topic of obedience. Be obedient to your inner self. Be obedient to your dreams, your vision. Be obedient to your goal setting, your intentions. Be obedient to positivity. Be obedient to God, of course. There are consequences when you're not obedient. Children, obey your parents. That's what's written. But parents, at some point, you got to have somebody to obey as well. When we try to enforce on our children that they have to obey us, are we being obedient to God? Are we being obedient to our spouses, to our partners? Children are not the only one that need to be obedient. I think that when we get as adults, we are not practicing the same thing that we are teaching our children. And we wonder what happened. We have to come to a point of obedience, full obedience, falling in line with God. With God purpose for our life, with God direction. If God is telling us to do something, are we obedient in doing it? If God assigned something for you to do, are we doing it? Are we sitting in disobedience? But yet we are telling our children, we're telling our students, we're telling the next door neighbors, we're telling our church members to be obedient. And we are not. It is full alignment. And if it's not full alignment, then somebody is being disobedient. So let us put ourselves into a place of obedience. You know, when you are disobedient, it's like sitting down, or you go to sleep and you know you're reporting to work. You got to go to work. For those of you out there who have regular jobs, you're supposed to go to work. You're responsible for your time to show up, and you show up late. Yet you mark yourself as if you were there before. That's being disobedient. They're telling you to come to work at 3 o'clock, and you came in at 4. That's being disobedient. If they're telling you to take half an hour lunch and you take 1 hour lunch, it's called disobedience. When God is telling us not to do something and we do it, that's called disobedience. Let's get real. Sometimes God is telling us not to marry a person, and we marry them, and then it becomes chaotic, and then we blame God. We turn around and we blame God and say, God, why? When at first all we have to do is just to be obedient when he said, don't do it. God speaks. He got a voice. He absolutely have a voice. It's a very small, still voice. And like I mentioned, that voice is from your inside of your heart. Parents, be obedient to God so your children can be obedient to you. Teachers, be obedient to God so your student can be obedient to you. Leaders, world leaders, be obedient to God so your country men can be obedient to you. When we are obedient, we bring peace. Peace of our mind, and peace in our heart, and peace towards another person. It is very important that we know how important it is to be obedient. It is very important that we stand on solid ground of obedience. You know, when we are not obedient, when we are disobedient, just the word dis alone is dissecting something. You're breaking off from something. And when you're breaking off from something, it's going to affect you. It is going to affect you somewhere along the line. If you don't believe me, think about you are trying to get up in the morning to go to school, work, wherever you're going. And you are looking at the clock, or you're hearing the clock going off. You set your alarm to wake you up at a certain time. And the clock is going off. But before we go any further, God is the one that wakes you up anyway. The clock is going off because you set the alarm to go off at a certain time. And while the clock is going off, what is it that you do? Ding! You press the snooze button. That is a form of disobedience. You told the clock, you programmed the clock, not told the clock, you programmed the clock to wake you up. And the clock, ding, responded to you. and you are smacking the clock, no, I am not getting up. Nope, I don't want to get up. Nope, I am not ready to get up. And what you do, you press the snooze button and you go right back to sleep. Now, if you go back to sleep and you didn't put the clock again to wake up, to sound the alarm, and you jump up, and now you're late for wherever you're supposed to go, what happened to you? You're going to feel the pain of disobedience. How? Your heart is going to beat faster. You're going to get anxious. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be stressed. And you're running and you're doing everything chaotic because you are being disobedient. And you're going. And you're stressed out for the rest of the day. Why? Because of disobedience. Why? Because you knocked over the clock that you programmed to alarm you. It was time to get up. But why? Why should we sit there to have stress out of our own disobedience? Why? When all we got to do is just gear our mind into the place of saying, thank you, I'm up. It is time that we have to come to a place of just being grateful, being humble for even the clock that we programmed to wake us up. The clock woke up. Oh my goodness, thank you. You're not really thanking the clock, but you're just thanking the fact that you programmed the clock, and God saw that you programmed the clock, and God decided to work with the clock to wake you up at the time that you programmed the clock to. So it was not the clock. Because if it just happened that you just never woke up, guess what's going to happen? The clock is still going to alarm. Absolutely. The clock is still going to be an alarm. But then it wasn't your time to wake up. And then you sleep away. So the first thing we need to do is to acknowledge that God is the one that's waking us up. That's number one. And if God is waking us up, we must learn how to hand over situation that is overwhelming us to Him. Of course, He can handle it. He can handle it. That's the reason why He woke you up. Absolutely. That's the reason why He woke you up. So if He woke you up, guess what happened? He is responsible for you. And you are responsible to be obedient to Him. Simple. Simple. It's just that simple. If He said, I'm waking up this morning, how often do we go into a place of disobedience? And He woke us up this morning and He's saying, just come to me and ask me, what is it that you want me to do? Tell me, what is it that you want me to do for you today? Where do you want me to send you today? And no, we want to do things on our own. Again, that is disobedience. My dear viewers, when we are disobedient, it takes us to a state of mental dysfunction. Yep. Disobedience takes us to a place of dysfunction, mental dysfunction, mental disturbance. So I'm asking you to check your mental health. Check in. Check in to see how obedient you are at this time. Because how obedient you are, the level of your obedience, it should define your mental state of mind. Well, if you have questions, you could type it in while I sip. Oh, I told you what I was drinking. If you came in late, I'm drinking kombucha. This is lavender and melon. Ooh, very good for your gut. If you have questions, you can type it in the comment section. So anyway, your mental state of mind is important. It is very important. Check in with your mental state of mind. Then check in with your family, your friends, those who you consider friends. Consider checking in with them. You don't got to check in to see if they're obedient. They should know if they are obedient, because every one of us are accountable for our thought process. You are responsible for your thought process. How you process something, you are responsible. What you think, you are responsible. When a thought pops in your head, you are responsible of how you take that thought and turn it into action. You are responsible for that. And once you know that you are responsible for your own thought process, you will know how to maneuver life a little bit more. You become conscious of how you make decisions. You become conscious of the next person. You become conscious of the next person's opinion towards you. You become conscious of your own opinion towards yourself. You think we don't judge ourselves? Oh, we do. We are the biggest critics. It's not, I am thinking this about you. It's how I think about myself. What is it that you're thinking about yourself? What is it that you intend to do about yourself? What is it that you want to accomplish right now? Right? These are the things that you have to go into your thought process and just take them and just work them out. I think mental health is given 1 month. 1 month. I'm not sure why 1 month, because I believe personally mental health month should be every month. Every month. Because every month, every day of that month, every hour of that month, every minute of that month, every moment of that month, every second of that month, we got to check in. All right? We got to check in. We got to check in, number one, to see how obedient we are to God. We got to check in to see how obedient we are to law enforcement, to the leaders. We got to check in. So for us to check in, we got to stop, pause, and evaluate. We got to evaluate ourselves. We got to evaluate our action. And of course, our thoughts. We got to evaluate that. We got to take it into consideration, the things that we are entertaining. We got to take into consideration the things that we are feeding our mind. The very things that we are feeding our mind is the very things that we allow us to make decisions. The very things that we are feeding our mind will allow us to know the status of our mental state of mind. The very thing. How are we occupying our time? I tell you a secret, which is not even a secret. Come closer. Let me tell you a secret. Yep, come on closer. Come on in, come on in, come on in. And don't forget to share so someone else can come on in and get this straight. Come on in. Let me tell you a secret. The secret is every one of us, everyone, oh, it's a secret, so I have to whisper. Every one of us, you and I, yes, you, Maria, you, Cheryl, you, Sharon, and for those of you who are watching, this is a secret. The secret is all of us got 24 hours, 365 days in man's eye to make a difference in this world. None of us got more or less. That's the secret. That is a secret I want to share with you. And within that 24 hours, some don't get 365 days. But within 24 hours, 24. Some don't make it for 3 days. Some don't make it for 65 days. Some don't make it for the 365. But we got 24 hours. What is it that each and every one of you doing with your 24 hours? It makes a difference. Within that 24 hours, if you carved out hour by hour, what impact are you making minute by minute, moment by moment, hour by hour? Because all of those adds up. They all add up to make one full day. That one full day equal to 24 hours. So how are we dissecting our day will determine how we're going to go to sleep at night, accomplishing something for the day. Check in with yourself. Check in with God. And check in with your good friends. Check in with your mental state of mind. It is a sign of obedience. When you check in with your mental state of mind, it's like you have an appointment to the doctor and you missed your appointment. And they reschedule you and you missed your appointment again. And on the third rescheduling, they inform you, if you don't come in, you might not survive. Yeah. That is how much you got to check in. Check in. Because when you check in, it is a form of obedience. And obedience brings solutions. Obedience brings positive impact. You're not here to impress people, but you are here to impact people's life. Be kind to each other. Raise the bar in how you see each other. Raise the bar in how you see yourself. You can do better today than you did yesterday. Yes. Yesterday, you had an opportunity. Today is a greater opportunity. It's a great opportunity because God saw it fit to open our eyes today. Because there was greater work to be done today. What you failed at yesterday is gone. Even now, what you failed at this morning or afternoon or whatever time you're watching this, whatever you failed at when you woke up, to this point, it's gone. But the question lies tonight. Are you in obedience? The next question lies, who are you really obeying? Take a moment, think about those questions, and see if you're really living a true and obedient life. Depression is real. Stress is real. And just like any positive person, that is real too. We all in a fight to stay afloat, to stay awoke. I would like to encourage you, never give up. Don't cut yourself short and give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't make the grave richer. Don't bury your gifts and your talents. Don't bury somebody else's solution. Don't be selfish. Share. It's not the amount of money that we have or the drink that we have or the drink that we're drinking or the fancy glass that I'm having. It is not the amount of money that we have that define happiness. I used to hear a song, and the song used to say, if you're happy and you know it's an amen. If you know that song, you can just type it right in there. Say, yes, yes, yeah, I know that song. If you're happy and you know it's an amen. Amen. So I'm saying amen. I mean, right, that's my amen. What is your amen? Type in your amen right there. Yes, yes. If you know the song, if you heard of the song, and you never, well, if you never heard of the song, then I'm saying the words of the song. If you're happy and you know it, say amen. Type it in if you heard it before. Well, if you haven't heard it, then no, you heard it. Yeah, no, I'm saying it. The point I'm trying to make is, it is not money, the amount of money that you have that consider your happiness. If you're saying you're waiting to be rich to be happy, no. We all are rich. And riches is something that we have. Riches is your gifts and your talent. If we are all waiting for great wealth to be happy, then no, it's not going to make you happy either. Whoever you are right now, if you get great wealth, it's just going to make you bigger. So if you're not happy right now and you get great wealth, you're going to be more unhappy. Great wealth only expands who you are presently. So if you have great wealth right now and you're unhappy, I would like to encourage you to find a way to do an inside job. Inside. Go on in there. Go on inside yourself. Do a little search in there. Do a little X-ray, MRI on the inside. And find out what is it that you need to make right. What is it that you need to align? What is it that you need to have a word with. What is it that's bothering you? What is bothering you from the inside? Not all the pretty faces and the nice hair and the makeup and the jewelry and all that stuff. That is not it. If your inside is not up and ready and fully cultivated into happiness, all that you do on the outside doesn't matter. All the wealth that you have doesn't matter either. Your wealth is not defining your happiness. It is an inside job. Let us go inside. Let us close the door, close the window to the outside world for a second and do a search on our inside. Your inside is like your house. And if your house is sitting there in different rooms or one room, whatever it is that you have, and you have a garbage container, and every day you put garbage in that container, you take it outside, that's good. But if you have the garbage container and you keep on piling garbage inside of that container and you refuse to take it outside, it is going to cause a stink in your house. And if your house door is open, and say, for instance, I call Maria to come to my house, and she come on into my house with her garbage from her house and put in my garbage on top of the garbage that I refuse to take out. She piled on her garbage in my garbage container. What is going to happen? It will be an overflow of garbage. And she's going to leave and she's going to go back to her house. And she might pick up more garbage in her house while I have double garbage in mine. I am responsible for that garbage container, which is my heart, to empty it out of garbage. I am responsible to put a border of what I will not entertain. I am responsible to say, do not bring your garbage here. Everyone is responsible for their own garbage. So when Maria takes her garbage to my house, pile it in my garbage container, and my garbage is overflowing, I will become overwhelmed. My dear viewers, consider your heart that garbage can. Consider how you put your mind as a garbage can as well. Your mind and your heart hold conversation all the time, all the time. They're in a relationship. So whatever you put in your mind, whatever you put in your heart, consider them garbage container and watch to see what you're putting in them. Watch. I will close this episode to say obedience is your health. Be in obedience so you can be healthy mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, socially, and physically. Be in obedience. Now, this is your girl, Verona Willis-Brown, saying, it is good for you to show up. Always remember that when you show up, you're not showing up for yourself, but you're showing up for your family, your community, and generations to come. As we show up together. And as we show up together, just remember your voice matters. As we close this episode, remember next week is our 100th episode. If you did not RSVP for the event next week, which is the 24th of December, please do so. We will be having an online event next week, the 24th, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here. So be ready. BYOB. You can make it whatever you want that to be. BYOB. I could say bring my own book, bring my own bottle, all that good stuff. Whatever your last be is, just bring your own. We will have our own celebration here where we're celebrating 100 episode as well as 2 years anniversary. It was good for you to be here. It was good for me to be here. It was good for us to be here. I want to take this moment to thank Total Entertainment Radio, who air our episode every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as Maria, Cheryl, Sharon, for showing up here tonight to this live episode of The Question live show with, of course, your host, Verona Willis-Brown, where I say, if you have a story, if you have a book, if you have work, if you have work in progress, bring it on in here so we can create, we can build, we can grow. But most of all, we can support each other. When we support each other, we will grow. When we support each other, we will succeed. No one person can succeed by themselves. So together we shall succeed. Come on in as we succeed together. My dear viewers, it was good to be on this episode with you. Have yourself a great life, a great night, great morning, great noon, just great life. Be wealthy. As I leave with you, don't forget to check in with yourself and check in with your good friends. They need to hear from you. Have yourself a good night. Good night. Good night. Good night from my side. Maybe good morning for you. Thank you.